we're going to have you test the user interface. Now what we'll do, we'll start you off at the first screen. We're going to give you something to do, like I'm going to ask you, okay, go ahead and add a book. Now it's very important that once I ask you to do something, that I don't say anything else after that. Because once we deliver this application, I'm not going to be standing behind you all the time telling you how to use it.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to give you the screen, give you the first screen. I'm going to give you your mouse. Okay, you got your mouse here, and tell you, okay, I want you to add a book. If you want to click on something, using the eraser to click on something. If you need to write something in, tell me, okay, I'm going to type in such and such, and tell me where you're doing it. Now, if you, and again, I'm going to try not to say anything, but if you get in a situation where you're lost or confused or you're not sure what to do, say, I'm lost or confused, or I don't know what to do, and we'll stop it and we'll talk about what it is.
Okay.
The key is that we know this user interface isn't right. It hasn't been tested. It's got to be wrong somewhere. We just don't know where. We've never gotten one of these right the first time. So we want you to tell us where it's wrong. And that's the most.
Adding a book. So it looks okay. So click in the title field and I'll type in the title.
Okay.
Click in the author field, I'll type the author. Tab to the subject field, type the subject. Tab to the description, type the description. Source. I guess that means where we got the book from. Is there help on this? Can I click on source to get help?
Okay, let's stop. Yeah, source is where the book came from.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
Okay. Is there a different word we could use there maybe, or put some kind of online help?
I'm not sure. I think maybe online help would just would say, just there's a couple different sources we could have. It could come from a donation. It could come from somebody who's bought the book.
Right.
If the company's bought the book from a certain source. So there could be some help there.
Okay.
There's no drop down, so it's just a free. It's going to get pretty ugly.
Well,
I don't know if you're going to categorize the source.
Do you guys use the same? I mean, do you have a list of maybe standard sources where we maybe could put a drop down there?
Yeah, I think we could.
Okay.
We could do that.
Well, why don't we try that then? Cancel for a second. What we'll do is we'll make this a drop down, and then we'll do a source drop down. Is source a good word, or is there a different word we can use there?
I can't think of anything else at the top of my head. Let's use source.
Let's just keep it source for now. And just give me a couple of examples.
Donation.
And do you want something where you could maybe click on that and get a little more description as to what source is?
I think if we have the categories, we'll be fine.
Okay.
That'll be self-descriptive.
Okay. All right.
So I pick my source from the list.
Let's pick up where you left off. Go ahead and click on the source pull down.
Okay.
Get that. That comes up right there.
I'll say it's a donation.
Okay. And this goes away and it says donation in there.
Okay. I have purchase price. And that's pretty self-explanatory. And I assume that can be blank if it's a donation.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not required. Is there anything that's required? There's no indication of what's required and what's not.
Yeah, several. We're going to stop again.
That's probably about it.
Okay, so title, author, subject, source, and publisher.
Yeah, and what are you going to do, make them blue or red or something?
Well, let me tell you what, let me write down on the back which ones are required and we'll figure out how to... Okay, why don't we do this for required fields? Why don't we put an asterisk next to each required field?
Okay.
And then we can put a note at the bottom that says required field.
Alrighty.
Here's your mouse back.
Purchase price. So purchase price, and then I'd put in the publisher. And publish date. But
okay. Let me stop for a second. You paused for a while there. What are you looking for that you're not finding?
Well, once you put the source in, you want to put the date requires up here.
Okay.
You can put where you got it from, when you got it.
Okay.
You want to put where you got it from, and then put the publisher stuff in, then do a number, and then when you got it.
Okay. We'll tell you what. If you think this stuff should be over here,
Yeah.
Why don't you erase purchase price and erase these over here and stick them over there?
I think purchase price should be just maybe moved down. Date acquired should be moved over here.
Well, that should do it. Thank you very much for your input. Appreciate it.
No problem.